It does melt.
Welcome to part 2 of vegan mozzarella tasting. There were too many cheeses to put in one video, so we made 2. If you haven't seen the first one, check it out. I'll put a link below. In this video, we're gonna try 3 different brands. The first one is Miyokos, fresh mozzarella, and Violife. I love the packaging of these guys. And the last one is Parmela. This I've heard really good things about, so really excited to try them out and rate them for you. So the first cheese we're gonna try is the Parmela, and it is a nut-based cheese. So we've melted it, and we're gonna try it unmelted. Should we give this a go? Let's go.
Let's do it.
Ooh, it's very soft.
Mm-hmm. This is much closer to a dairy cheese that you'd get right out of the bag. Like this is much closer to a dairy cheese shred.
I like that this does seem to have quite a bit of moisture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's something a little funny to me about the taste, but I can't quite say what it is, but it's not quite the cheese taste that I might expect.
It's very soft. I like it a lot. It would be ideal for pizza because whatever toppings you put on it, the taste will kind of blend into the cheese.
Yeah.
So I like it. It's good.
Okay. My whole cheese thing came off when I bit.
Yeah, mine came off and fell on my pants actually. So the cheese definitely stuck together. I don't know that it melted quite the way I would like. Like it sort of stuck together, but I don't know that it had that really good gooey texture.
It's not like stringy.
Yeah.
Okay, I rated it a 7, mostly because I like it non-melted. I didn't really like it melted, and I thought maybe you could put it on a pizza, but that involves melting, right? So maybe just eat it as a snack.
I rated a 7 as well. I liked the taste. It was it was pretty subtle, and I like that. Melted, it didn't do quite a good job, although I've heard otherwise, so I mean maybe if I melted it longer, maybe the pizza idea would work. I have heard a lot of people say it's great on pizzas, so it didn't give that cheesy stretchiness that you want out of cheese, so for that, I kind of had rated a bit lower than maybe what I wanted to.
I give it a 5. I was not a big fan of the taste. It is subtle. I think maybe I prefer the sharper, more flavorful cheeses. And melting it did sort of all stick together and just the whole thing came off my bread at once.
Yeah.
It didn't have that stringy, gooey consistency that I like when it melts.
I gave it a 7. Definitely the closest one unmelted to a dairy cheese. Definitely more subtle than the others. Melted, it was okay. I wonder if a lot of these cheeses just need a little bit more cooking time.
Okay, cool guys, we're back and we're on to our second cheese from Violife. That's mozzarella for pizza. So actually I'm guessing this is supposed to melt really well. It doesn't look like it melted really well, but maybe a little bit longer.
Feels like I'm biting into candy.
Candy?
Yeah.
Really?
Like texture-wise?
Texture-wise, yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely. It's very firm.
It reminds me of, I grew up in Wisconsin and cheese curds were a big thing. And when they're really fresh, it kind of squeaks. It sort of has that texture of a squeaky cheese curd.
Oh, it's still hot. Don't burn yourselves.
Mine is a little melty. In that, I think it's all over my chin now.
Look at
Show that there.
Look at how much it's stringy.
It does melt.
I feel like the outer part didn't quite melt, but the inside is creamy and amazing. So maybe if you shredded it, it would be a little more even melt and wouldn't have that sort of outer skin and
or
inner
let
melt.
or let it cook a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 9 because I like it a lot. It was firm to bite into, and it did not disintegrate in my mouth even when I was eating the melted version with the bread. So I like it a lot.
Cool. Alright, I'm giving this a 7. I I like the taste and the texture of it unmelted. The aftertaste is a bit strange. It melts really well, and it's got the stringy thing, but it's a cheese that also kind of sticks to your teeth and your palate, and I'm not a big fan of that. Otherwise, I probably maybe would have rated it higher.
I gave it a 7. I like the taste, I like the texture. It did have a kind of strange aftertaste when it was not melted. I didn't notice that aftertaste when it was melted and with the bread though. It does stick to your palate a little bit.
I gave it an 8. I think this was definitely one of the, probably the best melted ones so far. The taste was pretty good. I think given a little bit more time to cook on like, you know, a 20-minute, 30-minute pizza, I think that the texture probably would have gotten better even too. So.
Yeah. We are on to our third and last cheese of this video, and it's Miyokos. It is a much softer, like creamier cheese.
Kind of excited about this one because it looks like a ball of fresh mozzarella.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the kind you have a Capri salad with.
Hmm.
Wow, it's a totally different taste.
It's
and
much
texture.
creamier, but it's like, it doesn't have any firmness to it.
I wasn't sure about the taste at first, but I do think I like it. I think it's pretty tangy, which I didn't necessarily expect.
That's very, very different from the other cheeses that we
It's
tried.
very
Yes.
different.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the melted version.
I really like it, especially with the sourdough and the basil. I think the tanginess like tastes really good when you've got that extra flavor in there.
Yeah, complements really well. If I had broiled it, I probably would have browned. It says on the package, melts and browns. That would have been good. It's mostly made out of cashews and coconut oil. It's also nut based. Alright, you guys ready to rate this one?
Ready.
I am gonna rate it an 8. The non-melted version didn't really have, it wasn't solid, it was very liquid, and it felt slightly powdery to me. It was fine on the bread. It blended in well with the bread, and it complemented the bread well, so it tasted good. The melted version tasted good.
Awesome. I am rating it an 8. I'm not a fan of it unmelted. I didn't like that tanginess that came with it, and it was very creamy and soft, and I think I prefer a hotter cheese. But I really, 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 really liked it melted. I think I would probably give it a 9 melted. It was actually really delicious and didn't have that tanginess.
I gave it an 8 overall. Not as big a fan when it's not melted. It did have like almost just a very fine grained texture to it and was very, very soft. I could see using it maybe as a spread on like a cracker or something. And if you put some extra toppings on there, I think it could be really delicious because it does have that fairly strong tangy taste. So not as great if you're just like gonna eat it cold by itself.
Yeah.
It was delicious melted.
I'm going against the crowd. This one is actually a 5 for me. I have some very specific texture preferences, and I know what they were going for with this, but they were going for like a really soft mozzarella with it. Unfortunately, they just didn't quite hit it. The consistency wasn't there. It was
Like
too
cream
soft.
cheesy.
Nothing, almost like cream cheese. Yeah, it kind of just didn't really hold together the way that a soft mozzarella would. Cookies and lingerie.